most of them are focused on sleep and meditation because no one's figured out like any other commercializable use case. But we know a few companies that do this, and these headsets cost about $500 to $800. And our software was built from the ground up to take in any type of biometric signal. So one of the next steps for us is connecting it into our software with Bluetooth. You'll have your headset, you'll have your sensor, you'll have your hand. All of those will be taking in data, building up a map, and it will be learning your body well enough that eventually it can map your movements to your brain activity. You can take off this and just start controlling stuff with your mind. And we will get there. Neuralink is a lot more invasive. It's based on the neural lace from the culture novels, but it's like way more surgery. It's a lot more risky. There's higher risk of disease. There's huge issues with implanted wearables about what happens if the company goes bust and you can't support users. That's actually caused quite a bit of damage, but I think that we will get there. And we're following kind of a similar approach. One day, I'm also quite confident that prosthetic arms and hands, you will just plug it into your Neuralink. But that's at least 2 or 3 decades away because 58 million amputees, and you're not going to drill into 58 million skulls in that time.
So back to user design, like obviously, like there's like people of different heights, different heights, they're left-handed, right-handed, all these different variables. Like how do you how do you make sure you have the user design set up for all these different variables, right?
Well, the three big variables, I guess, maybe, are user size, user arm shape, and user biometrics. And for the size, well, you can have standardized hand sizes. We have the regular size for Asia, which is technically small, I guess. And then we have a larger size for European and African customers. And that's fairly simple and standardized. Make a million, plug them in. The sockets, this part has to be customized and built around the user's arm. The clinics do that. What they'll normally do is they'll take like a plaster cast of your hand or your stump, and then they'll laminate or wrap heated plastic around it to build the shape. So that's not too big a concern. The next one, which is much more challenging, is biometrics, because that's where everyone's body is truly meaningfully different. You have all types of levels and degrees of amputation. You have all types of conditions, scarring, nerve damage, tissue damage, muscle atrophy, paralysis. And that is the part that is the hardest to adapt to. The prosthetic itself, it's basically robotics and like a dental shield technology, wrap it around, mold it, done. That's not too hard. But the control systems, making it so that that robotic hand is actually doing advanced stuff, that's where you have to do a lot more customization. And traditionally, this is done with wired, analog, manual sensors that have to be, like you have to drill hole, figure out, map the user's hand,